thought we'd do is a food tour, but with a little twist. Welcome back, family travelers. We are currently on a 7-day Mexican Riviera cruise on the Carnival Panorama. We are going to try 10 foods from the Carnival Panorama that are the most hyped, the most talked about, the most popular, you name it. We looked all over, scoured everywhere to find what people are talking about, what people are most excited about, and we're gonna try them all. If you're not sailing on the Carnival Panorama, many of the dishes we're gonna try are across the Carnival fleet. But as you probably can tell, we are getting ready for formal night, so we figured we would start things off in a fancy sort of way.
We're starting with the big one, lobster tail. Now this one you can get throughout the cruise, but it's only free on the first at-sea night formal night. Now, first impressions, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I was expecting something like a little bit more bigger, like a little crust on it, but I also ordered it without the risotto because I wanted something else too. So, but let's give it a go, see if it's worth it. Obligatory dip in butter. Look, it's a small lobster tail, but it's cooked well. It's not rubbery. It's actually really well cooked. It's your plain Jane lobster tail, which is nice. So I'm not going to complain about it. Plus, if the size is of concern to you, just order another.
We're moving on to dish number 2. And we've also come to dessert. So unlike the lobster, this one you can get any night for dessert. It is the Carnival chocolate melting cake. We had a little bit of a conundrum if we should get it. You know, a lot of people recommend it, but you know, chocolate lava cakes, chocolate melting cakes, they are, when pulled off well, they're delicious. When not pulled off well, so we're gonna crack this open and see if they pulled it off with the melty, you know, interior. When we were on Royal Caribbean, it was not melty in the inside. So we're gonna see if Carnival can beat the Royal Caribbean melting cake.
It looks melty. What's the verdict?
Well, let's try it. Okay. This beats the Royal Caribbean one. It's hard on the outside. It's definitely gooey in the inside. You gotta get it at least one of the nights for dessert.
This is like we're taking the SATs. Do I want mushrooms and calamari? Or do I? Yeah, we're on the ocean. Boom. That's that.
All right, you got them?
I hope I got all my answers correct.
The next place we have up is a little bit of, it's kind of hard to find. If you go to the GG Asian Kitchen, there's actually, part of it is Mongolian wok, and it's actually like they seat you at a table, so it's like a table service type thing, but it's really casual and it's complimentary. So the GG Asian Kitchen is an extra fee, but the Mongolian wok at lunch is free for your cruise. And then once you sit down, they give you a piece of paper, and it's just like a bubble sheet. You fill in all the things you want in your noodle bowl, and then you mix it all up and bring it right to your table. Mine is lo mein noodles, some chicken, some broccoli, mushrooms, carrots, bok choy, pea. What isn't in here? I got the Thai barbecue sauce. It was like the second spiciest. Nick got the spiciest, so we'll see like how the spice levels compare. I was thinking it was gonna be like loaded down with sauce and be like too sauce heavy and like sweet, but it's not. Like there's not a ton of sauce. And you got the which flavor?
I got the Szechuan.
Okay.
And that has 3 little flames to it. And I got calamari too. There's a little kick to it. I mean, it's no habanero salsa from downstairs, but it's good. It's got some heat to it.
It's a bit of a hidden gem because there was no wait and it came out very quickly. So find this place at least once during your cruise.
He asked if I like spicy, I said yes, so he said go try this one.
Which one? Habanero salsa.
It's got 5 peppers. None of the others even have 2 or 3. Oh yeah. The next one up, if I could get it out, a monstrous breakfast burrito. Now, I don't know, it's kind of like Chipotle on the seas. You go and you like show up and you pick what you want to put in it. I personally got like sausage and everything, basically. Sausage, the hash browns, spicy sauce, eggs, yeah. But it's kind of a hidden gem. I mean, most people go to like the buffet or do a room service. Not us, we're at the pool deck bright and early. All right, this is nice. This is like, okay, the people that said that the food on this cruise, I'm talking more to Brittany now than the camera, like, those people.
I didn't say it.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Better than the buffet?
Mm-hmm. When I asked him if he had any spicy salsa, he put something on, but then he said if you really want spice, go try the habanero salsa. So I'm a sucker for punishment. It had 5 little peppers. Everything else had 2 or 3. I don't know. I'm just not gonna like throw caution to the wind. Like, let's just.
Spicy?
Shit, that's hot.
Oh.
Wow.
You don't often make that reaction. It must be really spicy.
I got a mouthful. And I have coffee.
The breakfast burrito place is called Blue Iguana, and it's located right by the main pool. So that's where you can find it. And then after breakfast, they do like tacos, quesadillas, that kind of thing for lunch. They also have the salsa bar open for breakfast. So it's not just a lunch thing. You can go and get all the, as you saw Nick try the habanero salsa, you can get all the different salsas and toppings at the salsa bar for both breakfast and lunch.
This is probably one of the better things I've eaten on a cruise before, to be honest.
Instead of the grab and go or buffet or room service, if you want more of the sit down breakfast, you can come to the main dining room. They have a standard breakfast on port days, or a port day breakfast, but then on sea days, they do the sea day brunch. So you can get that from morning until noon. But there are 2 things that we're gonna try because we've heard rave reviews about them. The first is the skillet cake. It is made with whipped ricotta, guava preserve, marshmallow, and maple butter. So that's sounds a little bit more like a dessert than a breakfast, but we're gonna give it a go. It sounds decadent. And then the other one is kind of the opposite end, and it is the fried chicken, which is fried chicken, waffle, country gravy, warm bourbon maple syrup. So those are the 2 we're gonna try because they seem to be the more popular options that people tend to get here at the Sea Day brunch. I'm gonna like take a little of this butter off to start because I feel like there's a lot going on here. But it's actually really good. Like, I could see why people would like this a lot. It's really sweet, obviously, you can tell just by what's in it. But the guava actually adds like a little bit of like a fruitiness to it. So I feel like usually if I'm gonna have this much marshmallow and sugar and stuff, it'd be nice to have more like actual fruit on there to complement it. But I mean, the guava at least adds like a little bit of like tartness to it. I recommend you try it at least.
All right. You can keep that cake to yourself. really try to eat this largely because, you know, like we're in a nice place. So I don't know if I should just use my fingers. But I'm not going to. I was a little unsure of the gravy. I've never had chicken and waffles with gravy on it, but that's a nice little touch. So, and I've had a lot of chicken and waffles, especially because we lived in Texas. The waffle leaves a little to be desired, but the chicken. Definitely a dish worth coming for. Just gonna use my fingers.
That was good, and I'm full. But we're on a cruise, so there's no resting for us. On to the next.
Not gonna not get sriracha. Oh, what the heck, maybe some brown sugar too. The next place is a sea day lunch at Pig and Anchor. Now I know we're supposed to be talking about like one dish that you have to try. I think we might have to break the rules on this one. It's kind of like a grab and go. They have a bunch of stuff. So they have like pork and they have chicken and they have sausage and they have everything. But the star of the show, actually the sides, if I'm being honest. Mac and cheese, coleslaw, potato salad, and the beans. Ugh, so good. Like the beans literally have like bacon and pork and then like spicy peppers. These are really good baked beans. But honestly, I'm probably just gonna like mix all of this together, so like, I know.
If you haven't seen our garbage plate
I was
video,
just gonna say that, it's like a garbage plate. And it's amazing. So that's where we're at right now.
So one thing to note, if you want to come to the Pig and Anchor and you don't want to pay for it, you have to do a little bit of pre-planning. You can come to the Pig and Anchor restaurant at any time, but if you do kind of like the sit-down indoor experience, that you have to pay a little bit extra for, and they have different things on the menu. But on sea days, as Nick mentioned, they have outdoor behind the restaurant, kind of like, it's kind of like buffet style. That is not open though on port days, so make sure if you want to try it that you plan ahead and come on a sea day, because it will be closed and you'll be disappointed because it is very delicious and I highly recommend it. This has so far been like one of our favorite food meal things, if not our favorite. So cheers to that.
Quite the salad.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks, you too. Alright, let's do this. If you want something a little healthier on your sea day, you can go to Fresh Creations. Now this is in the adults only area. It's the Chipotle of salads, so you tell them what you want in your salad and it's build your own. If you are wanting to know if there are healthy options, that is here. This is something that I've seen people talk about a lot because a lot of the food here is like, you know, fried or the barbecue. So this is one of the healthy options that you can get. So we of course had to come try the build your own salad. It's a salad, so you pretty much know what to expect when you eat it, but it's fresh. It's exactly what you would expect from a salad bar. Something lighter, a little bit fresher, you know, if you don't want to continue the trend of heavy food when you're on a cruise. It's also convenient to like the lounging area at the Serenity adults area, so if you don't want to venture too far away, there's a nice salad bar option. We have more coming up, less healthy options, so stay tuned for that. Cheese fries.
can't have a food list without Guy's Burgers. We're gonna go to Flavortown, right? I have to like do the stance, you know that. That's pretty good. So it's I mean it's your typical. Hands are so greasy. It's your typical fast service burger, but it's got chili and cheese and onion rings. I added your standard lettuce, tomato, pickle, and onion. It's got some delightful ranch to it. I don't know. Overall, this is a nice burger. It's messy as hell. There's like 5 different choices, and they're all pretty good. I mean, even the basic one. It's kind of boring if you want to do that. You do you. It still tastes nice.
Back in the main dining room, and one of the dishes that people talk about is the Indian vegetarian one, because that's standard on the menu every night. I wouldn't expect people to talk about, like, for a vegetarian dish to be like one of the most popular, but for some reason it always just comes up when people are talking about like the food on Carnival, so I got it.
It looks a little plain. Oh wait, there's an entire second plate.
I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but I can see why people order it. It's like a whole experience. I can tell that this is rice.
Good job.
So we'll start with that. Let's just try these. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's like a lentil. Oh, that's good. It's got actually a little heat to it. I mean, I'm not like sweating from it, but it has a kick to it. So if you like spicy and you want like vegetarian food, or even like a second main, it's huge. But
I gotta tell you, it smells really good.
this is a well put together dish, and I like the heat. The heat like makes it really good. We've come to the last dish on the list that we want to try. And this one is a very popular one because it's open 24 hours. And it's one of the only things that you can get 24 hours, at least complimentary. You can get room service 24 hours, but after 10 p.m. there's a fee involved. So what I have is the quattro formaggi, so the 4 cheese pizza. There's like pepperoni, there was a prosciutto, what else?
Mushroom.
Let's give this a try. It's very, very thin, like very thin. For being as thin as this pizza is, there's a lot of cheesy goodness in here. It's perfect. It's awesome. And this is coming from a Chicagoan who, we don't do thin crust pizza in Chicago. And the other thing is it's not greasy. If anything, like the crust is pretty dry on the bottom, but with the cheese, it's perfect. It's not greasy, and I can appreciate that. Though, you know, I'm saying this as a Chicagoan who eats deep dish pizza, but it's nice when you're having all this food, okay, to have like a nice thin slice of pizza with lots of ooey, gooey cheese on it. Also, I was just kidding about New York style pizza. Chicago pizza or bust for me. I am stuffed. That was a lot of food. Now, it wasn't all on the same day, but I'm stuffed pretty much every day. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful to give you some ideas of what maybe you can try on your cruise. A lot of the things that people suggested, I think they suggest for a reason. I found most of them to be super tasty, but let us know in the comments below if there is anything that you loved on your cruise, if you've sailed with Carnival before, that we didn't include on this list, or things that you are most excited to try, because if we sail again on Carnival, we will make sure to try them next time. We have other videos that we're making on this cruise, so make sure that you check those out. But for now, it's time to go to bed. Cheers!